Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. President Trump fulfills another campaign promise. The U.S. Embassy in Israel has officially opened in Jerusalem, letting the world know the United States recognizes Jerusalem as the eternal capital of Israel. But the left can't get over the fact that President Trump has now fulfilled innumerable campaign promises. In fact, think back to those campaign rallies and everything Donald Trump was stumping for. Pull out of the Iran nuke deal? Check. End the Paris Climate Accord? Done. Put North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un on notice? Check. Suspend travel from countries that export terrorism, extreme vetting, the travel ban? Check, check, check. Obliterate the Obamacare individual mandate? Done. Slash 1,500 regulations? Done. Stop taxpayer money from funding abortions overseas? Check. Appoint a conservative on the Supreme Court? Done. Stand up for the Second Amendment? Also done. And now move the U.S. Embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, accomplishing something the three presidents before him, Clinton, W. Bush, and Obama, couldn't do. It is truly a historic day for the United States and Israel. Funny how the left forgets that Democrats too, not just Republicans, voted unanimously to move the embassy to Jerusalem. This wasn't just a Trump thing. This was a thing Trump was the first one who actually had the guts to do. But the left can't admit when Trump does anything right. Instead, the left is blaring headlines decrying Israel's defense of their own border today, which is under attack by Palestinian protesters, 52 of whom have been killed while hurling Molotov cocktails, rocks, and burning kites at the Israeli border security. Funny how the mainstream media is suddenly so concerned with human lives while they celebrate abortion in our country, where nearly 1 million innocent human lives are snuffed out by abortion every year. Make no mistake here, there's a name for so-called protesters who hurl bombs, rocks, and fire at Israel in an effort to breach the border. Those people are called terrorists. There's a reason a high-ranking Hamas operative is in the midst of this so-called protest. A riot would be more like it. And it is tragic that 52 people lost their lives. It's always tragic when people lose their lives. But let's not pretend that these so-called protesters are anything other than terrorists and their victims. Radical militants who use innocent civilians as human shields, hide their rockets in schools and hospitals, pay off lone wolf terrorists to kill Israelis and Americans, brainwash their children and teach them to kill Jews with kitchen knives, vow to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. Let's not pretend the Palestinian Authority is anything other than a mob of power-hungry jihadis. Did liberals forget that Hamas is trying to exterminate all Jews? Did liberals forget that the people breaching Israel's border right now are the same people who sent a terrorist to stab a 9-year-old girl to death in her bedroom while she slept, and then praised the killer and paid off his family? If the left cares about human life, and they should, then they would denounce the Palestinian Authority and Hamas, who kill indiscriminately, and they would praise Israel for protecting innocent human life. And that is my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.